finally here. Last test. Okay, here we go. I can do this. I can do this. Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Find, and my name is Dave, and yeah, we are talking about Dice Throne Season 1 Rerolled. Now, this is my very first experience with this game. This is a review copy sent to me by Roxley Games, so thank you so very much for this. I did not expect to get this game, and I honestly just kind of heard about it a little bit, and I didn't want to look into any reviews or anything because it sounds interesting. So this is a dice game that is a bit back and forth in a traditional manner of any kind of trading card game like Magic the Gathering. And it's a little bit like Dice Masters. So if you like Dice Masters, stay tuned. If you like dice games that you play 1v1, it is good to play 2v2 as well, and even 3v3, but I really think this is a perfect 2v2 game. Now, this is re-rolled because the first version was good. I looked at some pictures just to compare, but this one here really makes this a deluxe type game. Season 2 is out, and it's the same production, like high quality stuff, so I think they wanted to go back and make this one look just as good. So with all that being said, if that interests you, let me show you what comes in this box and we'll go from there. Okay, so this is what you get in the box, and I am so excited to see something like this because oh mamma mia, this is awesome. I am excited to see that the Game Trays, especially the Game Trays brand, I'm sure that's who they partnered up with to get these awesome production, is starting to trend in our hobby. There's another game called Dwellings of Eldervale that I love a lot, and they also partnered up with Game Trays to just make a fantastic product. Now, if Game Trays are going to trend upwards, sign me up 5 times over, because having something that you can just bust out easy, keep in an orderly fashion, because I'm kind of a messy person, especially if I don't have an organizing system. This gives me that. I'm so excited. Now, as you can see, this is the second edition of the first season re-rolled, and they add some new characters here. I'm only going to detailedly go over the tree end, which is a new addition from what I understand. Again, I haven't played anything up until now, but the boards are just so cool. You have it match up with itself, and just the art is fantastic. The card, just like when you had in the old game, and then you have your customized dice. His dice are super cool, pearlescent, spectacular art on the cards, and linen finish, and Game Trays you can push on them, and they have like these little ridges that pop things up easy. You're going to get your little health token counter and the combat point counter right here, and all the little bits that your character just might need to have, and it's all conveniently and snugly in these containers, and I just love it so much. So now let's do a short montage. Okay, so the gameplay is really quite simple. You can play 1v1, which is, I think, the best way, but you can do 2v2, 3v3. As long as you have characters, you can play the numbers. But it's really simple. You get your turn order card right here. It's like any other dice kind of back and forth Magic the Gathering type game where you'll be doing upkeep, so you'll check and see if there's any poison or any kind of conditions met. You do the income phase where you gain some attack combat points, which is on here. You'll start with 50 hit points. Now it sounds like a lot, but trust me, it can go down quite fast, quite quickly. And then the main phase. This is where you'll play upgrades, play main phase cards, and sell cards. So we'll be able to play cards here, which is very simple. You'll gain sneak. Now the complexity of all the characters are on the card here. He's a little more complex character, but I picked him because he's a damn cool character. Plus he's the color of my channel, purple and green. He looks awesome. But there are different things that you'll do with the cards, as simple as get sneak. Sneak allows you to basically do something with the dice here. You'll add a value and then you'll put it on him here, or you can go into the shadows and avoid damage, but once you somehow get damaged, that goes away. But that's the kind of stuff that you can put on your character with the cards, or you can just inflict poison. So basically it will damage your opponent over time. And the coolest thing that I think you can do is upgrade your powers. So we have powers here, and they can be upgraded from the basic ones that come with the character to a more potent attack that is under the same conditions. So when you are done playing your cards, you'll do the offensive roll phase, just like Yahtzee. You get 3 rolls. There are different things that you can do with your abilities. Again, you can upgrade them. Some have to do with the pictures on the the dice, or the numbers, like a small straight or a large straight would do this insidious strike, or number 2, or the shifty strike with the small straight. Or you can go with the pictures, and you can pick up as many as you want and roll them again and one more time and see if I can get all the knives. Now there is a superpower here, which is the shadow strike. I would have to get all these faces here, but that would do some incredible damage. But once I've done that, I will assign these to wherever I want here. Let's see. I think Dagger Strike would be great. I get to do 6 damage right here with 4 of the swords, and if any bags were rolled, I would get some combat points. So this character is all about hitting fast and getting combat points and staying in the darkness. So once I do that roll, incoming is 6 damage to my opponent. She will roll her dice as a defensive roll 1 time. And then there'll be whatever conditions, like they'll get heart or defense, they'll block it. It depends on what the character is, but they can block some or heal some, and sometimes just mitigate all the damage coming in. But again, they get 1 roll to do that. There is a targeting phase I didn't mention, but that's in the 2v2 game, and I don't play that very often. And then you do it all over again. Your opponent takes their turn, and then you do the discard phase. So you can discard any cards that you want. Again, you can discard cards to get combat points. So it's really that simple. I'm not going to go over a lot of characters in this video, but if you want, I might take a separate video to go over each one of the characters and what I like. But that's another story for another time. Super simple game. Awesome mechanisms. Now let me give you my final thoughts. And that is Dice Throne Season 1. And what do I think about this game? Oh boy, I love this one so much. It is just up my alley. I give it a 93, which is the GameVine Must Play Award. Yes, I think even if I were to get the first season without this revamp, I still would have liked it, because the mechanisms, the gameplay, the asymmetrical powers, the back and forth of the 1v1 games, which I really do prefer. Teams is okay, but this really shines. The charm is just going against another opponent and duking it out until one person wins. And I've always been interested in that type of game. Ever since I started playing Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dice Masters. This has a Dice Master spirit to it, but man, it's unique self, and I think the way that the asymmetrical powers are, it's such a smooth type of gameplay, very fast, and once you know what you're doing, you and another person will just roll these dice, play these cards, have a strategy, just like any one of these games where you can start to mid-max. Now, the complexity scale, I think, for each one of the characters is fair, and do I have a favorite one? Not really, actually. I've played with all of them. I think maybe the one that I showed you, the stealthy guy, he was I think the most potent in my opinion, but I think they're relatively balanced. And the fact that you can just pull this game out and just start from the get-go, it's much faster than any board game out there, and is almost as fast as just having a deck on hand and playing it. The trays are just fantastic, made by Game Trays. So to have the option of like just bringing one or two of these heroes, you don't have to bring this enormous box which looks like a book, which I would say that's one of the things that I would say needs a little bit more work. It doesn't really look like a book so much, but whatever. That is such a minor quibble. The dice are beautiful. The art on the characters is good. The cards don't have much art on, but it's because they have a purpose. The boards, it's just, I fell in love with the production, and then 2 games in, I fell in love with the actual game. And you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be getting season 2 and every season after this. This is one of those collectible type games, and I like that it's contained in sets. I wouldn't be opposed to having 2 or 3 characters just come out as well. That would be really cool, and I can see that being a thing if it isn't already. But Season 2 is going to be mine. I'm going to be looking it up. I had so much fun with this. If you are into dice games at all, or any kind of trading card games, give this a shot. You're going to be impressed. You're going to have fun. And it's not incredibly hard to find right now, or expensive, at least at the taping of this video. So if you're into that, I will be leaving a link down below where you can pick it up. Thank you so much again, Roxley Games, for just giving me this experience. I love when a board game just hits it out of the park, and this one did. But I appreciate you staying all the way through the video. If you haven't already, please click like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you out there, because you could have been anywhere, but you're here enjoying this fantastic game with me. So until the next time that I see you, my name is Dave. Have a great rest of your day. A great time with all you play. You heard it here on the Game Find. I'm out. Bye.
Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.